Yeah, looks
Yeah,
like
so that's
it's
now recording, yeah?
good. Good. Yeah, I think there was a few agents that wanted to message me and ask me if this was going to be recorded. So
Perfect.
you'll broadcast to the team, obviously.
Yes, awesome. Okay, so I will keep allowing people in as they join. Cool. So we'll get going. So obviously, Adrian called me to ask what the agenda is for this meeting. I was like, well, a lot of us don't know what is going on. So I think it'd be useful to understand what we have been using, what the issue has been, what we're going to be using, and how Adrian can pretty much save the day. A bit of kind of Claude integration at the end, and then like an open forum. Is there anything else that people would like to discuss, ask, or have I kind of covered it there? Obviously, we've got space for kind of questions at the end as well.
Yeah, it's a good shout actually. If there is specific things people want me to cover, I can see if I can pick those out as I sort of work through this. Is there any specific call outs at the top of the meeting here? No, it's too early in the week.
Is Google
it's too early in the week to think about it too hard.
Or can you use like a personal Gmail setup?
Jerome, yeah, okay. So can you use a personal Gmail? Good question. Anything else? Any other questions there?
I think Fernando's got one in the chat. Changing the URL of the site, will that impact the Google business page? Are we discussing that as well, the change of the URL, Adrian?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, awesome.
Yeah, let's
okay, well,
shall
we just get going then? So, yeah, I guess so kind of start. Adrian, do you want to explain who you are, first of all? Can you introduce yourself a little bit?
That's where I was going to start, yeah, if that's all right. Starting presenting now. It's just loading. Okay. Okay, so you should be able to see this, one of my websites. I use Google Sites, so I have a bunch of different websites to communicate different things, but this is me. Bit of backstory. I found myself in London about 20 years ago and found myself in getting more and more involved into the technology sector. I had the privilege back in 2010 of working for a marketing agency for Google. I'd already had quite a considerable experience doing IT support. I was Microsoft qualified, but I ended up going on this quite awesome journey with Google, eventually working in the head office in here. Fortunately, that came to an abrupt end when I went through a couple of different redundancies. So a couple of years ago, I picked up what's really been a side hustle that I've really enjoyed for, oh gosh, a couple of decades now. I really enjoyed helping family and friends with their IT when it specifically relates to their business, their livelihood. So I've now, in the recent couple of years, turned that into a job for myself. So I now Google qualified. I'm also Microsoft qualified. But I'm a bit of a rarity in the Google space. There's very few people who've got the credentials that I have in with regards to Google. So I've ended up remaining sort of primarily focused on the Google ecosystem and helping make sense of that Google suite for business owners. Google Workspace is a solution, is a license that I can sell as a Google partner. So that's really become the foundation of my business. I've now got 100 businesses, of which 20 are eXp agents, and they subscribe to Google Workspace through me. They don't lose Google support, but they gain me as well. And then my costing, my fee, is literally the license fee only. You only pay the license fee and you get my email and chat support to help sort of coach and mentor you on how to get the most out of that. It all starts with a free tech review. If anyone's interested, I really need to understand your current setup how you're using technology to figure out if Google Workspace is a good solution, and then we go from there. But the so Google Workspace, this is really my my foundation here. I think that sort of covers it from my perspective. I'm actually going to come back to this because I think we need to go to what's happening for you guys. Okay, so I've seen these have been sort of passed around. Why is this happening? The domain name that has been used, well, let me start by saying I don't represent eXp. I've had lots of conversations with eXp support and very positive conversations. I think they support me as much as I support them, but I'm not speaking for eXp. So I don't know the finer detail around why they've used the domains that they've used and why they've chosen the email systems that they've used. But there's been some complications around your current existing domain. It doesn't hold good email reputation and authentication. Whenever an email is, let's sort of dumb that down, bring it back to the basics. When an email arrives into a mailbox, that mailbox, doesn't really matter what platform it is, that mailbox will go out to the internet and try and find out, try and research, where did that email come from? Can I validate this? Right? And that inbox will then leverage that to sort of help choose whether this is an important email coming from a trusted source, or if this is likely spam or phishing. So the domain name that you have up until now has lacked that reputation and has lacked that authentication. So when you send emails from your exp.uk.com, that recipient's mailbox is often flagging that as email or pushing it to an updates or a promotions or a marketing folder. And it's not getting through all the time. The deliverability is unreliable, right? So the answer there, I think a couple of complications are, have been, you know, what can they configure to that domain name and the limitations around that red mail email hosting package that's currently being used. So I have anticipated for quite some time that an upgrade was going to come in, and I'm really pleased to see that it has. I think the upgrade to Zoho and the new domain is going to be really, really positive. It's going to really help with that email deliverability. More emails are going to get read, more of your emails are going to sort of avoid that spam. So I think that sort of explains from my side the reasons for this in a, you know, without being from eXp. Can we avoid, oh, I've just got a message saying that there's feedback. Is anyone else getting feedback? No. Okay, I might just turn down my volume so I'm not. Okay. Okay, so now the basics of what needs to happen. Okay, so essentially you're getting a new email service, right? So it's a new username and same password, but you're logging out from one email hosting and you're logging into another one. It's actually that simple. Where it can get complicated for you as end users is you're going to log out of your existing eXp, and when you log into your new eXp platform, whether that be Outlook, whether that be Apple Mail or Gmail, are all of your emails, contacts, calendar, are they going to be there? Honestly, I can't answer that question because it really depends on your mix of technology that you use. I know people like to use Outlook. and you can log into Outlook a number of different ways. Some people like to use Apple Mail, and some people like to use Gmail. Right, so that I won't know. I won't be able to sort of tell you your experience on each of those without having a deeper look. Let me sort of list the concerns here. There may be instances where you have logged into your emails, you've logged into your eXp email using something like Outlook. Outlook has extracted all the email down to your computer. And so those emails and folders now only exist on your computer, right? When you move over to the new eXp account, that won't actually have anything in there. That will be empty. So that is some of the risks that I have that I'm sort of worried about for your agents. You log out of your existing eXp and you log into your new eXp account, and you find that the calendar's not there, the contacts are there, and the emails and folders are not there. I won't be able to just sort of determine, sort of guess what your experiences are going to be like until I have a look at your computer. So and how you use that and how you use your phone. So I'd encourage you just to check and maybe back up your contacts, your calendar, and your emails, just so that when you move over and log into the new account, if that information is missing, you've got it backed up somewhere. Does that make sense? I'm going to stop there for any questions.
I think that's what they've said. I think that on the emails that Adam Day sent out, I think he said that you have to save one of your contacts, save one of your emails.
Yeah, and this information here, it doesn't say backup. I don't think it said backup your mailbox, but I would add that as a bit of a task as well.
I don't know if backup was the correct technical term there. I think you just meant save your emails and save your contacts.
Okay. Yeah. For those eXp agents that are sort of my customers that are on Google Workspace, I'm going to make that pretty seamless. I'm just going to spend sort of 5-10 minutes on each agent and just test it. But I have already done all of that for each of my agents. So what should I talk about next?
Stupid question, but what about like your property folders? So if you've got a load of folders, that's going, isn't it?
So the way you could check that, it's a really good question. How can you check this? If you log into your mail eXp global.partners, if you log into your webmail, if all of your emails and folders are present there, then that should be migrated across to the new mailbox, right? If it's not in your webmail, I know the webmail has a limit on size as well, so it may be that that would be another concern, is that the webmail may not actually hold all of your information. Adam, you've got another question?
Yes, so for now, I've only set it up in Apple Mail. It's been dreadful. It's a horrible app. It doesn't work on I can't send emails on my phone. It only works on my laptop.
Yep.
If I just sign up with you, once this new domain comes in, can you just set everything up onto Google Mail for me? And I don't have to do anything because I don't know how to do it.
Yes. Yeah, so the where I've helped agents before is via a sort of a one-off project, going through a bit of discovery, figuring out how you currently use your emails, where they exist, where are your contacts, your calendar, how does that all integrate with Loop, and maybe some other services that you use like Claude or Canva. Take an overview of all of that, and then determine how Google Workspace will work in that mix and how to migrate across.
So I think on the,
So that-
would we do that on the 11th?
We'd ideally need to do it before, but
Right.
I could do it before or after.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
But that one-off project is, 3-4 hours of my time as a one-off, and then from there on, you then gain, if you choose to go down the Google Workspace, you then gain access to my support ongoing.
Okay.
For that single license fee.
Okay. Yes. Just sign me up, please.
Jack, you've got another question? Jack's got his hand up, but I... Oh, okay. So Jack is saying if if you're working with me, you can drop off. Yeah, I guess you can. I've got you covered, Jack.
Yeah. Adrian, I was just going to add, just for those that haven't worked with Adrian before, I was Outlook for a long time, and I've resisted to the change. This is not me as an advert for Google, but more working with Adrian and his ability to organize me, and I'm not particularly organized when it comes to IT, but he managed to transfer it all over seamlessly. It went brilliantly. The only bit I had to really work on was just training my brain to use a new system. And yeah, at the time it is a bit frustrating, because it's like I've used Apple phones. If I went to go and use an Android phone, it would be annoying. But over time you get used to it and you understand it, and the capabilities that it has and the organization that it has is far superior, in my opinion. And it just looks better. Like when I look at Outlook, sometimes it's very windowy. But I think, and also just about being cloud and everything else, and the integrations work really well. But Adrian, as a support person, again, it's not sort of a shameless plug, but I do work and use him, and it's been really good. But I think it's even more important now with all these changes that are coming through, that you've got support somewhere. But it's just to say thanks for that. But it is, like you say, while its change is annoying, at least this is a positive change. While it is frustrating that it's happening, as you've kind of pointed out, it's something that needed to happen, I suppose.
Yeah. All in all, I'm pretty positive. I think with the change, as I said, the concerns are that there could be things that break for some agents. Please feel free to share my booking link, my website. I'd love to be there if people do come unstuck. My concerns really do kind of are sort of focused around where your existing emails are, where your calendar is, where your contacts are, and are those going to be copied across? They may or may not. So please, spread the word with your agents. I'd happily have a 30-minute call and kind of point them in the right direction, either to take care of them themselves, or they know who to come to if they need more support. Jerome, you mentioned Gmail. I think you actually use Gmail, so this is going to probably be useful to you.
Yes.
I'll just show my couple of mailboxes here. So this is my personal Gmail account here, right? So this personal Gmail account, Gmail is incredibly popular because it comes with all these services. It's not only as a good solid email, but it comes with all these services. The terms and conditions related to a Gmail account are for personal use. So Google does, monetize this through advertising. So anonymously, you're getting, ads appropriate to your data in here. You've got access to Google Play. You've got your personal Gemini, that sort of thing. So that's how Google monetizes this via separate terms and conditions, and sort of really lends itself towards personal use. Now, Google Workspace is a different set of terms and conditions. Now, this is for business use, right? So you get your company domain name. And so that company domain name, you then integrate into using your admin console. And now the terms and conditions related to these apps are now enterprise grade, right? So this is what large corporations are now using for their business business use case. So I'm getting enterprise grade mail, I'm getting enterprise grade calendar, I'm getting enterprise grade AI included.
Enterprise grade calendar.
So now Google's not making money out of the data in here. It can't serve ads to that data, right? To get this Google Workspace, it does require a license. So that's how Google does make money out of these accounts now. So the licenses start at £7 a month, and most all of my agents are using the £14 a month. Now, your existing, if you want to leverage your free Gmail with your new Zoho account, you can literally just Google connect my Zoho into Gmail, and it lists it's very, very basic instructions. It should be as simple as that. If you just search the Zoho guides, I did look at it previously, and it does show you how to integrate your mail and your calendar into your Google account. For those agents that are using a free Gmail, if you have any trouble with that, drop me an email. I wouldn't mind, I can point you to the right article, have a go yourself, or book a call. I can maybe help you unpick it quickly. Hopefully that sort of covers the difference with another important difference with the personal Gmail account is that it doesn't integrate with things like Loop. So the Loop integration that you would get, Loop integrating into your emails, integrating into your calendar, it involves setting up and configuring using the admin console. So that integration is only available with the the business grade Google account. So that's one difference there. Does that make sense? Does that answer your questions there, Jerome, or do you have more?
So just basically, you said it was £7 or £17 a month. I remember looking into this ages ago, and I was like, why do I need to pay like 15 quid a month for Google or whatever? So what's other than it not selling me as an advertising product, what else does it do? What's the benefit?
Great question. So if we think of enterprise grade mail platforms out there in the world, Microsoft and Google are really the only two front runners. Microsoft holds a majority in the enterprise, so large corporations. But for small businesses who want sort of business grade email, some accounts, I've seen some articles say that 90% of small businesses use Google Workspace for their business email. With that business email, you can then manage your email reputation, your security, that sort of thing. With, outside of those two options, there is other services, and one that I often do call out is Zoho. But Zoho would be a very, very distant third, right? The two, if you're in a business of any size, then you're really going to either end up using Google or Microsoft at some point. Now, with the Google or the Microsoft suite, you do get a range of apps that are included, right? So that enterprise grade mailbox is you're now managing your email deliverability, but now it's got Gemini integrated, right? So that Claude or ChatGPT functionality is now deeply integrated into my mailbox, and it's included within the subscription. So it's not an additional AI cost, it's included. Over and above like a free Google account, you then get more storage. You obviously get Gemini integrated into your Drive. You then get a enterprise grade calendar that replaces things like Calendly. I get Calendly type functions built into here. This calendar then has Gemini built into it to record my meetings. I have like a bookable calendar that integrates into my emails.
Okay, none of this sounds like it's worth 150 quid a year to me.
Yeah,
I don't know
so
about anyone else, but I see zero benefits that warrants me forking out 150 quid to Google.
well, I mean, if you're happy with your Gmail, then of course you could stick with that.
Adrian, isn't there there's another point as well, being able to run it off your own domain as well?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
when you're getting into Teams, I'm working off Google Voice now, which actually it works brilliantly.
Google voicemail, what's that?
No, not voice, Google Voice itself. So I utilize that for the team. It has a kind of virtual assistant that basically takes the call. I press 1 for James, press 2 for George, blah blah blah. And so
Gotcha.
that when you go into Teams, you lose Moneypenny. It's massive.
Yeah.
And then also, if you have designs on becoming and getting into Teams and having your own domain, etc., it's good to have it set up. So I've got jwre.co.uk and jonathanwoodsrealestate.com, which I can then run all of this through on Enterprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not there yet. I'm just, yeah. Like I say, I'm struggling to see. I remember looking at this back then, and the reason that I'm on this call is to see whether I'm missing something. But I literally, I can't see the benefit of any of these apps.
They are pretty. They do mirror the personal Gmail apps. It's, you know, if you were to think of like it from a security perspective, if you're thinking from like I guess when you're sending and receiving, it's your eXp email. You would get slight advantages in your email authentication because you've got the admin console to set those up. In terms of an exit plan, you've then got more of a business setup that you can offload to somebody else. You've got email delegation. You know, rather than sharing your credentials with somebody else, you can then do email delegation. You've got integrations with like Google Ads, Google Voice, business profile. All of this can be done with a personal account. It's definitely more aligned, more functionality, more security with Google Workspace.
More security? Explain that.
So in the admin console, if we go here, in the admin console, you can manage a lot of the security around your like shared mailboxes. So you might have like a shared mailbox with a PA or an accountant. You can manage that all in here. The devices, the logging in.
This is getting way too technical for me. Sharing mailboxes, like, why would I want to share my inbox? Like, I don't know. Does
If
anyone do this?
you had, I know it's quite popular for estate agents to get some support from a VA or a PA.
Gotcha.
Yeah, just to manage that. Just coming back, I'm just reviewing what the other changes are. So with the domain name change as well, I think it's worth noting your loop. It doesn't say, it says loop don't change your login, but that it may break if you've connected an existing Google account or an existing Microsoft account. So that's something that I would invite you to look out for, and you may have to reconnect at a later date. Okay. The other question that Fernando brought up was around the URLs. So your email address and your microsite. From what I understand in here is that your URLs, your email and your existing URL are going to redirect for a period of 12 months. So I don't really have too much concern there. If someone emails your old email address, if someone types in your old website, they're still going to find you. But it would be a good idea to start updating your flyers and your email signature, and of course your Google business profile. The Google business profile, you can manually edit and update that. In the absence of doing it, Google may actually pick up that change and auto update for you. Yeah, that's worth looking out for. Dan, you've had your hand up for a time.
Yeah, I know everyone's got their own different situations, but I've been using my diary on my phone, on my iPhone.
Yep.
Can you integrate the Gmail calendar with your phone calendar? Either way.
So the phones, you typically have iPhone or Android, and you can really use any number of different calendars. So the default calendar on a Samsung would be Samsung's own calendar app. The default calendar app on an iPhone would be Apple's calendar, and so you in either of those scenarios you log into the account of your choice, right? Google does hold an advantage here in that Google tends to be a lot more cross-platform. So if you had your Loop integrated with Google's backend, right? So Google's hosting your eXp emails, it's hosting your Loop calendar, then I find that it does work better on any mobile of choice, right? You can then log into your Apple calendar, you can log into your Apple Mail, and that Google backend does work quite well. What you might find is that the Google Calendar app, you'll get a lot more functionality. You get a lot more features and functionality if your calendar is based on that platform. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I'm getting emails with meetings, and it sort of readily uploads it to a Google Calendar, but then I have to email it across or link it to my phone calendar. Just a mess.
Yeah. So it sounds like you've got a Google, Apple, and you've got your eXp mix in there as well. So yeah, I think that's where it's a case of having a look at your device, your existing setup, where your emails are hosted on your computer. What's the application of choice there, and then having a look at your phone and trying to help merge those services together. Yeah. Book a call and I can help you unpick that one.
Yeah, it's always difficult for you can jump onto someone's laptop, but you can't jump onto their phone, can you?
Well, you can share screen via WhatsApp or something, so that's not too difficult. I do that pretty regularly now. But it does start with your computer. Your computer does tend to be your main workstation. So as long as you sort of mirror your setup on your computer, you mirror that to your phone, then you have a lot more seamless experience. Yeah. As you can imagine, if you're using Outlook on your laptop and then you use Outlook on your phone, it's neatly going to synchronize everything. So if you're using Google Workspace on your computer, but then you're switching to Apple Mail, you will find a disconnect. Right, so it's a good idea to use that Gmail on the computer and on the phone. It's not ruling out the other option though. So you can, on say for an example, on an iPhone, you can have Gmail, Google Calendar, and Apple Mail and Apple Calendar, and they're all active. They're all live. and you can switch between whichever one you want. Cool. I think what I could do, is there any more questions on the domain move? Because what I was going to try and carve out some time for is to sort of deep dive into Google Workspace for those people that are interested, and to also touch on the Google business profile, which is all important for agents. So before I leave the domain change subject, is there any final questions on that? No, all covered. Yeah, well, I think just to close up that bit, feel free to book a call. Welcome to share that link to other agents that come up unstuck or are nervous about next week. Get them to book a call or jump on an email with me. I'd love to be able to be there and help them out. Okay, should we jump into Workspace? Should we do it? Okay. So, like I said, this is the free Gmail account. So all of these are for personal use. You're limited to 15 gig storage, but you can pay for more. Now, if we jump into this one, you now, with a starter account, you're given 30 gigs, so you double the storage. Most agents will continue on to go for the standard, because then you get this pooled storage of 2 terabytes. You then get video functionality like James is doing here, where you can record calls and Gemini is taking notes. You get an e-signature tool, which you don't really need, but you get appointment booking pages, which I've just broadcast mine. You get a video editor. You get like a MailChimp type alternative, and you get a few more security. So this one does replace, it can replace things like SharePoint, OneDrive, Calendly, Fixer AI. Some circumstances it can replace some things that Claude does, because you get the Gemini AI Pro included.
Adrian, for the video editor, what do you mean by that, please?
So video editor, if you go to vids.google.com, if I just go to my workspace, you can, it's got the video Gemini VO included. So you can upload your own videos, you can upload your own documents, you can use AI video generation to create videos. I primarily just use it in this scenario where I'm recording a meeting, and then I turn that into like a sort of a bite-sized video.
So if we're using Loom to compile a video library to pass on to agents, could we use this? Could we record ourselves doing a video, i.e. how to upload terms? Could we use this instead of using Loom?
Yep. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
How much is Loom? How much am I paying for that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I've not really been tempted to pay for it because I've got this. So yeah, I use Google Vids.
Cool.
And on a Mac and on a PC, I'm on Chrome OS. On all operating systems, they have a built-in record function. So again, you don't really need Loom to record a video on your laptop. Just use the built-in recorder.
Interesting.
And then you can use, I think Microsoft has an alternative as well.
Adrian, does that have a Gemini plugin to it?
Yes.
Will it also sort of put some form of description and maybe key points to it so that you don't have to title everything?
Yeah. It's got some cool functions where you literally upload a document and it turns it into a 5-minute video for you.
So for anyone who's basically compiling library of videos for their agents, as opposed to what I've been doing using Loom, I'm now going to start using this.
Yeah,
I'll give it a go. I've got about 80 odd videos that are currently on Loom. If I download those, can I put them into this? Will it be able to upload them?
Yeah, you upload them. Yeah. Yep.
So if I just
Yeah,
basically,
well, and then
I-
they'd be hosted in your Google account, so you could play them on demand. And then to deliver that, I know that some of you guys use YouTube, so that might be good for some content delivery. This Google Vids is really good for more restricted access. So
yeah,
I've
that's
got a
good.
question
Okay.
about this.
Say again,
By the
Maria.
way, I've got a questions about the videos. So
Sure.
let's say, for example, I took some short videos of an apartment and I want to compile them. Would the Google Video be able to make a reel like for me and then put my voice over it from text?
yes, you can do that in Vids. Yes, yeah, you can do that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's very good.
I think
Because
the
I'd rather type out what I need to say about the video and then just kind of like generate on its own the description or the walkthrough.
Yeah. I find that there's a lot of email tools out there. There's a lot of calendar tools out there. A lot of AI video recording type tools, auto caption type things. I find that Google is a very, very good alternative to some of these sort of one-shot apps, but it's very quite broad in use, right? So you might find that like Google Drive is good for all sorts of different documents. It's not really sort of focusing on one type, right? So that Google Vids, you might find that it's a lot more general purpose if you've been using other bespoke apps that are just for doing TikTok videos or something like that.
Yeah, so at the moment I'm paying for OneDrive to compile everything, but if I could put, let's say I onboard a new property and I can put all the videos onto the Google Drive, if I prompt videos to make a video from the folder of that property, would it do it for me? That's my, I guess, end of.
Yeah, it's a case of just trying it out. All these Google services that I'm showing are not, they're all available to you now today using a free Google account. So you can try them out. The advantage of going to a Google Workspaces account would be that you gain the advantage of me, you get that extra storage, you get AI is deeply integrated at no additional cost. But to expose yourself to them, just go to vids.google.com and check it out. Switch over to email then if you've got questions, and we can go into it further. I think with regards to my Google Workspace account, AI is now a serious thing. It is making a dramatic impact to lots of different businesses, or every type of business. So Google's sort of no real slouch here. Arguably, they sort of invented AI with their DeepMind, and so AI is deeply integrated into all services. If you go to Email Compose, I actually have Gemini or ChatGPT or Claude is integrated directly into my mailbox. So as I compose, I don't typically think about getting my speller and grammar correct these days. I just start typing out, and then I get Gemini to polish it and clean it and formalize it for me. So that's dramatically taken those long sort of well-constructed emails that would normally take me sort of 15-20 minutes. It's now just taking me like 2 minutes. So you've got the power of Gemini just built into there. Another great use case is Gemini's built into lots of different apps as like a bit of a side panel. So what I can do here is let's go to a new chat. So here we go. I've just opened up Gemini. Recap last few emails with Sonia. Right, so Sonia, I'm sure a lot of you know London Property Staging. So I help her quite a bit, and now I'm leveraging Gemini to summarize those last few emails for me. So I have used this a lot over the last 12 months. This has appeared. You know, who does Sonia work with? What's her phone number? What's Sonia's last name? You know, just asking those quick questions before I meet her in person or jump on a video call. And then this is a great use case where I've just sort of summarized all that's going on. Help me write a follow-up email. Suggest a call next week on Tuesday, Wednesday. All right, so it's taking all that context for me. And now it's going to help me sort of suggest an email. I often find that I'm not one for letting AI do my job completely. I like to personalize things. So, but if I insert that, there you go. So my email is being drafted for me, and I can choose one of those. Let's just go with draft 1. And then you can see here, it's picked up the dates for next week. And then I can also use Gemini to go and find the available times for me. 30 minutes is fine. So there you go. It's pulled out that these are the available times in my calendar, which I can then send off to Sonia. So that deep functionality where Gemini has access to my emails, my documents, my calendar, my contacts, is pretty powerful here. When I started my business, I thought I could serve, you know, 30, 40, 50 customers. But here I am, sort of 2 years down the line, I'm now serving 100 customers. And a lot of that has to do with leveraging Gemini just to do my basic things really, really quick for me. That's a good example. Another, let's just go back to here. What is Sonia's phone number? So I can get Gemini to go and find those contact details for me, rather than me sort of browsing and typing in a name and scrolling and all that sort of thing. This should hopefully bring up her numbers. She might have multiple. It's taken me to her emails. Okay. So I don't see a signature. Okay. That is useful in some demos, but not this one. The other thing that I have built in here is my phone system. So as you can see here, I just had a call with James earlier, and this is where my phone system lives. I leverage my Google Voice, which is not on that list either. So yeah, Google Voice, this is where I can do all my chats, I can do all my emails, I can leverage AI, but then I can do my phone calls and everything in here, and it will do voice messaging. I know Jonathan uses this, so you ask him about his experience. AI is really starting to, it's moving at such a rate. There is now AI Studio is built directly into this. And so this is where I have agents doing things for me. This may or may not be available in Gmail. If it is in the free Gmail, it will involve the Gemini subscription as well. But this is included with Google Workspace, with the starter and the standard. Okay, so this agent here is extracting emails on arrival. It's determining the intent or what is needs to, if there's any IT support, and that is forwarding it off to a separate mail system where I hope in time I'm going to have someone supporting me just with technical things. So that's a nice little use case for me. I don't really know what use cases you agents would use, but you can go and have a look at this by do more with Studio. And this is where you can, work through a bunch of different examples where something happens in a meeting and it creates tasks for everybody, as an example. So
Adrian,
all of these little agents are...
Can I just ask you something on this? So we just had a thing with you were in about Claude before. And one of the questions that came up there was, would be really great to be able to create an integration where you could respond to inquiries that come in.
Yep.
So when we get inquiries, if the inquiry comes through as an email via our system via Rightmove, you receive an email from Loop, which is called a beacon, which basically has the contact details for that particular inquiry on it.
Yeah.
And then the workflow that we have is that we would then, if we're doing it manually, have to respond to that either via phoning that person. I normally do all three: phone them, WhatsApp, and email. Could this be utilized to be able to create a automatic response to that inbound inquiry with whatever blurb you want to put in there, and then connect that to possibly to a potential calendar, or at least have a response to that email from the moment that it comes in?
Yeah, 100% it does that. This is a good example of it. On receiving an email from Loop, draft a response to send a thanks and send a link to book a call. So you literally create that, and then you go through the step-by-steps of, let's see, it does it for me. It might not understand who Loop is, and that sort of thing. We'll kind of give you an example.
You'd also need to differentiate it. It comes through as it normally has the title beacon on it. Which of course, because if anything comes from Loop, you don't just want it to be that. But I'll have a play with this myself actually, because it
so
seems pretty simple.
There is one big limitation with this though.
Okay, what's that?
There is one big limitation with regards to Claude. I actually like Claude. I definitely would promote it to people to use and experience. It is an additional license, so those people that are using Google Workspace, might want to just stick with the free tier Claude and experiment with it. Try and leverage the paid, or maybe you can afford both. When you sign up and go to Claude, it does allow that sign in with Google.
Yeah.
If you have Google Workspace and then you go to Claude, you get this amazing integration. It's pretty wild how deep Google goes with integration with third parties than the obvious Zoho or Microsoft. Google has a lot more deep integration. Now, when I say that there's a limitation here, is that AI Studio will not send an email. It will only go as far as draft.
Right.
And I think that's a conscious decision by Google at this time. From what I understand through the technology sphere, is that the number of emails has skyrocketed because a lot of people are sending AI generated emails. There's a lot of this has been deployed, and I've sort of tried different systems. I lean towards, I'm quite comfortable with being suggested an email, and then I might hit the send button. And I think Google's just sort of taken that more cautious approach. I know that they have, and I think in the US already, they do have the send functionality. It's just not available to us here in the UK yet. So in that scenario that you're talking about for beacons, for beacon alerts, AI Studio will go as far as drafting it, and then you would just approve and hit send.
So it's kind of defeats the object in terms of full automation of that, because the point would be to have that responded to as it comes in, and then I suppose, so you've got to pay for some extra coverage on that, which Urine has obviously managed to do. So speak to them further
Yeah.
about it. But cool.
So
It's
I
kind
do
of-
know that
it's almost like
functionality's coming.
it's almost like a
Yeah.
fixer, because I've got fixer integration, which you get via it, which this is basically
Yeah.
taking over from that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so look out for that send functionality. I'm definitely going to use it when it does land. But yeah, I tend to favor it in my use cases. I'm not getting lots of beacon alerts like you guys are. So
Yeah.
I definitely try and personalize all communications I can where possible. So I think that's a good functionality. One new thing that's appeared within Google Workspace. I'm not sure if you guys have used Notebook LM, but that looks like that's now integrated into Google Drive. So in my Google Drive, I have shared shared drives, and I've taken this structure in the interest of scaling and growing the business at some point. I have all my customers in here. I have all my accounts in here, and you can see that those are shared with my internal team, my external contractors with the appropriate permissions. Right, but here is my customer folder for Sonia and the London property staging. And you can see that all the information is in this one folder. Now I have the ability to have a project. Do I have it open? No, I don't. So if I open this, you can see now I have a dedicated chat or dedicated gem or dedicated agent, whatever term you want to use. But now everything within this folder and all the information within these documents, I can then ask Gemini about. And I can also learn from other sources. So I can connect and get Gemini to research my emails here. I can kind of see this as a really, really good use case for you agents when you have a property. And you can use Gemini in your mailbox to automatically load all attachments, whether that be agreements, photos, whatever. It's all being preloaded into this project. And then you've got a dedicated chat where you can communicate to Gemini about it. Is this covered in the agreement? Name the parties involved in this. Is there any dates in these contracts that I need to be aware of? And it will be able to go through all those PDFs, photos, notes, documents, Gemini meeting notes from the meetings you've had. Yeah, I think that's going to be quite a powerful tool for those people that are using Google Workspace. We've only got a couple of minutes here, and I didn't even get to the Google Business Profile. So apologies that I didn't do that, but maybe should we just close with, is anybody got any questions? I invite you to use that booking link if you want to have more of a deep dive call into that domain transfer and and how it's going to cause you issues. If you're interested in Google Workspace, if that works in your mix of technology and devices, and of course, if you want help with your Google Business Profile, that online reputation, please feel free to book a call anytime. But is there any questions? No, I put everyone to sleep.
Someone's asking where the booking link is.
Oh, okay. Let me get that. This one. Let me put that in the chat. I'm sure James can share it out with the link to the video as well. So
I've looked up your website. So
there you go. Well done. You found me. You Googled me. Nice one, Dan.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Adrian. I will
Thank you.
remind everyone, please reach out to you to save people reaching out to us for advice on Google and emails. Yeah, Adrian is your man to go to. That will save you so much time. Yeah, really appreciate all of your help. I have recorded this, so I'll send this around the group anyway. But yeah, please all do yourselves a favor, and also all of us, and reach out to Adrian to sort all of your tech Google. Adrian, as a reminder, I need to see you again because there's so much more that we discussed last time that I need you to implement to help my business going forward. But yeah, thank you so much for your time, Adrian.
Pleasure. All right. Cheers, team.
Thanks,
Have a
guys.
good day.
Have a good day, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.